The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. These wise words were spoken by Franklin D. Roosevelt during his first inaugural address in the depths of the Great Depression. Roosevelt was proclaiming to the struggling people of this nation that if they panicked, it would only make the hardships they were experiencing even more difficult. 4 years before, a catastrophe had occurred. On October 29, 1929, the stock market plummeted. As a result, many lost their entire life savings in a single day. This sent Wall Street into a panic and wiped out millions of investors. The citizens of America clung to the hope that Roosevelt really could lead their nation out of the Depression as he had promised. Soon it appeared that Roosevelt had been telling the truth. After only a few short weeks, he proposed a plan called the New Deal. This New Deal included dozens of programs made to help the nation through the economic crisis it was facing and put people back to work. Some major New Deal acts were the Social Security Act, which gave benefits to the elderly, orphaned, and injured. There was also the Federal Emergency Relief Administration, which was a system that provided funds for state and local relief organizations. Many other acts include the Agricultural Adjustment Act, the Works Progress Administration, and the National Industry Recovery Act. These acts gave money to farmers to make up for the government's request not to send more crops in. In addition, an additional action that President Roosevelt took to aid his distressed nation was to appear on the radio to speak to the nation on what were soon dubbed fireside chats. During these broadcasts, the president spoke about the condition of the nation and what the action the government was taking to help. He defended the government programs and answered his critics and expressed encouragement through difficult national times. These talks were informal and helped people feel more confident and hopeful about the future. This picture is of people during the Great Depression listening to the fireside chat, and it shows how important radios were at the time. And this is President Roosevelt during one of his talks. The purpose of most acts enacted during the Great Depression was to create more jobs to boost the economy. For example, the Civilian Conservation Corps employed young single men at federally funded jobs on government lands. The Civil Works Administration, created in 1933, created jobs for the unemployed. The Public Works Administration was designed to create public works progress. For more than 10 years, Franklin Delano Roosevelt served the U.S. by bravely guiding it through one of the toughest periods in history. While many of FDR's programs ended when the U.S. entered World War II, a few still survive. Among these few are the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the Federal National Mortgage Association, and Social Security. Franklin D. Roosevelt led this country through a time that no one believed would end. His advice that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself is just as true today as it was during the Great Depression.